Title. You know, sometimes I look back at that night and still feel a little tingle. Not from anger, not anymore, but from this deep, satisfying sense of rightness. Like the universe just balanced itself out. It all started with what was probably the most humiliating night of his life, but for me, it was pure, unadulterated triumph. I remember standing there on the stage, the microphone practically vibrating in my hand, and looking out at all those faces in the hotel ballroom. 300 people, all hushed and expectant. My then-boyfriend, Ethan, was at the front table, his company badge glinting under the spotlights, completely oblivious to the hurricane I was about to unleash. His boss, a perfectly nice man, even nodded encouragingly from the next table over. This was their big annual awards ceremony, and I pulled some strings, convinced the organizers to let me give a special appreciation speech for my supposedly devoted partner. Ethan flashed me that charming smile, the one that had fooled me for so many months. He had no clue. No idea I knew about Chloe. No idea I'd spent weeks meticulously planning every single word, every beat of this moment, to hit with maximum effect. The crowd leaned in, ready for a typical sappy girlfriend tribute. Ethan Jones has been in my life for 2 years, I began, my voice steady, watching his face for even the slightest flicker of concern. Nothing yet. And in that time, he's shown me exactly who he really is. His dedication to his work here is truly remarkable. He stays late so many nights, puts in weekend hours, always texting about projects and deadlines. A few people in the audience nodded, probably Ethan's coworkers, thinking he was as committed as he'd led me to believe. The irony wasn't lost on me, believe me. His communication skills are truly something to behold, I continued, letting a slight pause hang in the air. Ethan can make anyone believe anything he says. He's mastered the art of making people feel special, valued, chosen. My voice carried perfectly through the sound system, almost too perfectly. He has this incredible ability to compartmentalize his life, to make each person in his orbit feel like they're the only one that matters. That's when Ethan's smile faltered, just a touch. Maybe he was picking up on something in my tone, or maybe the formal setting was just making him nervous. Either way, I pressed on. Which brings me to tonight's real purpose, I said, gripping the microphone stand. I wanted to share our story with all of Ethan's colleagues, the people who know him best in his professional life. Because I've learned that Ethan brings the same creativity to his personal relationships that he does to his work projects. The room stayed quiet, a polite, slightly confused attention still fixed on me. Ethan shifted in his chair, but he was trapped. Social convention had him by the throat. Walking out during his girlfriend's speech would look terrible in front of his entire company. You see, I'd elaborated, Ethan has this amazing talent for multitasking. For managing multiple projects simultaneously. And I have to admire his organizational skills, keeping track of different schedules, different commitments, different promises to different people. That's when I saw her. Fourth table back, blonde hair catching the light. She was wearing a navy dress I recognized from Ethan's social media stories. Chloe from accounting. The same Chloe whose name had been popping up. The same Chloe who apparently worked late on the same nights Ethan did. She was watching me, a slow dawning confusion spreading across her face, like she was trying to solve a puzzle. Ethan, sweetheart, I asked sweetly, my gaze locking onto him. Could you stand up? I want everyone to see the man I'm talking about. He stood, slowly, don't miss the twist bottom left, full story.